Hi Shane, I'm going to try working through a few of these problems here. This should be your last attempt at that post test. So we're going to talk about a few things that you missed here. So I'm looking at number one. This is your y equals um, negative 2x plus 2. Now remember, this is in the form y equals mx plus b. So the number in front of the x at negative 2 is your slope. Because it's negative, the line has to go down. So this is your correct answer over here. And when you look at your answer, your line is going up. So you want to make sure that your line's going down. It says to use the slope and y-intercept when drawing the line. So what it's telling you is to let x equal 0. So if you plug in 0 for x, and I think you got this part right, you get y equals 2. So your first point is 0 comma 2. This is where it crosses the y-axis, which you do have. And then your slope here is negative 2, and we would rewrite it as negative 2 over 1. Now, when you start at this point, the numerator here is your y. Okay, so when it's negative, it's telling you to go down, and then number 2 is telling you to go down 2, and then the number 1 down here is positive, so you're going to go right 1, and that's how you get your next point. You could have also done 2 over negative 1. They are the same. So if we started here, we'd go left 1, and then for the negative 1, and then up 2. So remember, the numerator is your y, the denominator is your x. And with your y, it's telling you how many to go up or down. And with your x, it's telling you how many to go left or right. If it's negative, you go down. And then with your x, if it's positive, you go right. All right, so for number 4, okay, again, your slope is negative, so your line has to be going down. And we're going to use graph the line. All right, so again, we're going to use, here's our point here, 3 comma negative 3. So I'm not sure where you went. So this one here is, can I see it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you want to be careful. You make sure you stay on the line. So again, it's 3, 1, 2, 3. Gets your x values first, and then down 3, 1, 2, 3, and that gives us this point here. And then your slope, it doesn't matter if you do m equals negative 5 over 2 or 5 over negative 2. Just one of those numbers has to be negative. And for this problem, it looks like they used this one here. So again, the negative 5 is your y, so it's telling you to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 2 is your x value. I lost my thing over here. So here, sorry. And your 2 is your x value. So we're going to go, so we're down here, and we're going to go right. 1, 2. Now, other option would be to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and left 2. 1, 2. So again, this is your y, and then this is your x. For number 5 here, the slope is 4, the y-intercept is negative 8. So remember, it's in the form y equals mx plus b. So it's plus b. So if it happens to be minus b, your y-intercept would be a negative number. And again, it's positive 4, so your line has to be going up. So we're eliminating this guy and this guy. And then it's crossing at negative 8. So that's why it has to be this one. And then because you picked positive 8, you actually kind of get it right. But again, watch for the slope. The number in front of the x, if it's positive, it's going up. If it's negative, it's going down. Now, match the graph. What I would probably do for this one is move it around. So we have y minus negative 5 equals 5 over 2 x minus 4. And then this would be y plus 5 equals 5 halves x minus, and that would be 20 over 2, which is 10. And then if I subtract 5 from both sides, I get negative 15. Okay, or so minus 15. So now we can see our slope and then our y-intercept. So our slope is positive, so it has to be this one or this one. This would be y equals 5. It would just be equals a number because it's horizontal, so it can't be this one, and it's going down. And then I want to look for where it is crossing the y-axis, which would be at negative 15, which would be off the graph here. So it definitely couldn't be this one because it's crossing through the origin. So by process of elimination, you can figure out some of these. And then here, if you fill in a point, so if y is 0, so that's a little bit rough. I would just look at, again, the slope is positive, and that's what I showed you over here by moving it around. And then, so it's these two, but we see that it has a y-intercept that's not going through the origin, so it needs to be this one. Okay, so same thing here. When x is 0, y is 3, and you got that right over here. Let's see if I can keep it. Oh, it's not going to stay. So I can't move my cursor. So you did get that right. So again, you're starting here, and then we have our slope, which is 5 over 3. So your y, the numerator is telling you to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's positive, and the denominator is also positive. 1, 2, 3 to the right. Now, if you wanted to go the other way, remember that negative 5 over negative 3 is the same, because if you divide it, you get two negatives, you get a positive. So if I started here, I could go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and left 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So you got these right. So the y-intercept is at 2, and again, your slope is 3 over 4. So the 3 is telling us to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the 4 is telling us to go right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we could do negative 3, 1, 2, 3, and then left 1, 2, 3, 4. And either one gets you a point on the line. 9. All right, so it looks like you may have moved this around. So we have 9y equals 5x. So I would get it in that y equals mx plus b form again. So you divide both sides by 9. So we have y equals 5/9 x. So here's our slope, and this is plus 0, so it's your y-intercept. So it means it's going through the origin. So knowing that, and you got that right here, none of these work, or sorry, all of these work going through the origin. So now we have to focus on the slope. The slope is positive, so it can't be that one, it can't be that one. So it's either this guy or this guy. This one looks like when x is 1, y is 1, x is 2, y is 2, and so on. So let's try this one. And again, if we start at the origin and we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We end up on the graph, and then we know that this is the graph. And that's it. So I'm hoping this helps. Sorry, I think you couldn't see this at first, so I moved it over. But if you have any more questions, let me know. So hopefully you know this is just a YouTube video, and if we do some more of these, I might try to switch over to the Adobe Connect that we have, but hopefully this will work for you.